Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to review a film I watched last night. It's 1935's production of Bride of Frankenstein. Universal Studios pioneered the monster movie, essentially. They were very well known for adapting a lot of literary works, such as Dracula and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Phantom of the Opera, Hunchback of Notre Dame, Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley's Frankenstein, alongside many other literary creations to the big screen. And they did this over a period of many years, from the 1920s through to the 60s. And recently we've seen them remake a lot of these films. So they've redone The Mummy in 1999 and several sequels to that one into a successful reboot of the Mummy franchise. They've redid The Wolfman a few years ago to mixed success. I haven't seen it, but it's not a movie I hear people talk about a lot. So I'm not sure how well it performed at the box office. Um, they've got plans to bring some more movies back as remakes, such as the Creature from the Black Lagoon. Um, Many of these Universal Studios monster movies are classics, and deservedly so, starring such people as Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney and Lon Chaney Jr., Claude Rains, who played the Invisible Man, and Bela Lugosi. So this film was made in 1935, and it stars Boris Karloff reprising his role as Frankenstein's monster from the first film, which came out in 1931. Both this and its predecessor were directed by James Whale. Um, yes, people often mistakenly refer to the creature as Frankenstein when it should be called Frankenstein's monster. A lot of people make that mistake, and even I make that mistake sometimes. Frankenstein's monster is the creature. And in this sequel, it's set immediately after the events of the first one. And so Frankenstein has survived the fire, which they thought killed him in the first one. His creator, Dr. Henry Frankenstein, has also survived, although they initially think he's dead. And Henry Frankenstein's old mentor, Dr. Pretorius, comes to Frankenstein's mansion and basically blackmails him into creating another undead being, this time a bride for Frankenstein. Frankenstein's traversing around the village, creating havoc, looking for a friend, and he bumps into an old blind hermit, and who doesn't know that he's an abomination, a creature, and he forms a bond with the monster. You see the monster sharing food and a cigarette and wine with the hermit. And it's a really nice scene, and the monster kind of regains a bit of humanity. He learns a few words: friend, bread, good, wine, good. And he's interrupted, unfortunately, by hunters that are trying to find and shoot the creature, and ends up accidentally burning the hermit's house down. And yes, you feel kind of pathos for the monster. It's not entirely inhuman, and it has emotions. And it's just a really well-made horror film. It still holds up after all these years. This print that I have is not a particularly brilliant print. It's probably public domain, and it's not exceptional quality. In fact, there's lots of tears in the screen and audio pops and like glitches in the picture. And yeah, it's not a brilliant transfer, but it only cost me $8 this DVD, so I can't really expect much. There is a Blu-ray box set of all the Universal horror creatures, which I might have to buy at some time. I hope that would have greatly improved prints of the films. It is a wonderful film and really good performances. Elsa Lanchester plays the dual roles of Frankenstein's bride, and also she plays Mary Shelley. There's a framing sequence at the beginning when Lord Byron and Percy Shelley are asking how somebody as sweet and innocent looking as Mary Shelley could come up with such an abomination of a creature as Frankenstein. How could this mind dream of such a thing? And she tells them the story and what happened next after the creation myth of Frankenstein. And it's an interesting, clever little framing story which begins the film. And she plays Mary Shelley, and she also plays the Bride of Frankenstein. And she creates quite a lasting impression. Like her kind of her hairdo design with the kind of white lightning streaks has been parodied so many times over the years. And what's incredible about this character is that she appears on screen for such a brief time. Like, she's only in the movie for the last 10 minutes or so. And yet she creates such a impression and has her mark on pop culture. And Karloff too has left his mark on pop culture, and his portrayal of Frankenstein served as the kind of visual representation of Frankenstein in many people's minds for years. And like it's been parodied so many times, the appearance of his Frankenstein, such as in The Monsters. And it's a horror classic, and I hope to watch some more of the Universal Monsters series soon. And yeah, pick it up, but if you can, get the Blu-ray. I just found this in a flea market for $8. It's got bare bones DVD, so it doesn't have many special features on it. But I can't complain. I didn't pay much for it. It's watchable quality, not superb. I might have to get the Blu-ray, but if you can find a high quality version of this film, buy and watch, and remember, it is a classic. And I shall have some more videos and reviews for you soon, hopefully. Have a great evening, everyone. This is Adam Walton, signing out.